Hello, everyone, and welcome back to SAFC Fan TV. The season's finally over. We've made it, Mike. No more suffering on a Saturday trying to find entertaining things to talk about that aren't just passing the ball back to Dan Ballard.
Trying to make the worst games of football ever seem interesting.
Yeah, that West Brom one was a proper slog. It really was. And then the others afterwards weren't much better. So we thought with it, the season's just finished, and we would come up with mine and Mike's at least at this point anyway, our sort of keep and our sell list. We have been a bit cheeky, and we've got a loan option in there as well for a couple of the youngsters, and just in case. So you're going to have to forgive me here because I'm working out technology as I go. So I'm going to try it here.
We're going to sell them all. Thanks for watching the video. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, exactly. That's all. Sell them all. So as you can see on your screen, we have a tier list set up with the green section at the top being keep, the yellow section in the middle being loan, and the bottom section being sell. So we've got all the squad in there, a couple of the youngsters as well. I think have made it in, or at least ones that we remember. I'm just realising I haven't got Tommy Watson on there, but we'll use him in spirit anyway. So
just to establish, this is what we do, right? Not what we expect the club to do.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if that's going to be one of the points where we come into it and we go, someone like Jack Clark, I think we can pretty much put down what we think is going to happen as well, though.
Yeah,
we can get away with that. So I'll make a start then with Anthony Patterson. Where do you think, or what do you think is going to happen there?
I think we'll keep him. Originally, like if you'd asked me 2 or 3 months ago with all the interest we had, I'd have said we were going to sell him, but he's not out. He's not really shone in the last part of the season, and we just need to get an experienced keeper in alongside him. I don't know if they will. If a real silly offer comes in, obviously they're going to sell him. That's going to be the case for every player. But I would keep him. What about?
Okay. I'm not too sure. I think I would keep him as well. I think from what I saw of Bishop on the weekend, I think Patterson would have saved both the goals. The first one, especially when it was just under his arm. I mean, how many times this season have we seen the ball just sort of hit Patterson and not just like, it hits him, he's just getting lucky. He's in the right positions, and as a goalkeeper, that's half your job, just making sure you're in the right place. So I think he saves one, if not both, of the goals on Saturday. Not saying that they, we still wouldn't have gone on to lose and that, but I would agree. I think we keep Patterson, or I would like to try and keep Patterson. Whether the club decide to sell him is very much another matter.
Yeah. I think that's going to be the trend across the board, that if any silly offers come in, they're going to take the money, aren't they? So
yeah. But then again, as we've not approached it yet, that depends on if Speakman is still going to be here or not, and his model is still in place.
Put him in sell. Put him in.
Put him in release on a free. So I'll move on then to the goalkeeper I just mentioned there, Bishop.
Get rid of him.
Yeah, I was pretty much going to just jump in with a sell. I think we need a better number 2, or we at least need another young number 2 who is going to be fighting for his first team place.
We need an experienced keeper in there. You
do need 3 keepers, and I would go with, now I'd have Patterson, I'd have Matty Young, the one who was on loan at Darlington from us, and then I would bring in like an older, experienced head, as if to say, you're there to be a number 2. But I want you to make the number 3 better than you and challenge in the number 1, really.
Yeah.
That's
we'll get Mark Howard from Wrexham.
Yeah, why not? Or Ben Foster out of retirement again. It can happen.
Again.
He's already done it twice now. So I'm going to start with the defenders, I think, because we've got them all vaguely in order here. So Try Hume. Where do we see Try Hume? I'd
bend over backwards to keep him, personally. Yeah. I think every so often he does a clanger and he makes a mistake, but I mean that's over time with experience, but he's saved us so many times. He's been that last-ditch tackle perfectly timed so many times.
Yeah.
I think
I agree. Now,
with Ballard for me.
I'm going to sort of look at this a different way. So we've got, I don't know if the mouse comes up for you to see it there, but we've got
I can see it.
Yeah, we've got Hume, we've got Huggins, and we've got Pembele all in there. So we've got 3 right backs at this point. Now, I'm only feeling 2 of them at this point, and I think one of them's got to go.
Keep,
for me,
sell, loan.
Keep, sell, loan. Yeah, I would say so. Or, because we don't want to leave ourselves short, I'm happy for Pembele to stay as well, because I thought he did well when he came in at the end of last season. At the end of, last season, it was 4 days ago, man. At the end of the season, just gone.
The only reason I say loan is because if Trey Hume plays every single game and he stays fit the whole time, the lad's not going to get any game time. And he needs game time to develop.
So we're pretty set on Huggins being a sell. It's been a few years of injuries, so I think we're safe there.
Yeah.
Try Hume, we're set to keep. But I'm just going to throw a spanner in the works. So let's say we do loan Pembele out and we can't call him back. Hume can play at left back, where our 2 left backs, Elise and Sirkin, here they are, are somewhat made of glass.
Yeah.
And we always seem to leave ourselves a bit short. And I think there was a couple of times where Hume had gone over to the left side, or even sort of depending on the different type of game we wanted to play. I thought if we were trying to attack a bit more, Pembele gave us a bit of a better option. In the last few games, I'm saying, because of course Hume last season with Roberts and Ahmad was fantastic.
Yeah, keep Pembele based on the 2 people to be available for that position. I would keep him in that case.
Okay.
If we brought anyone in that could play in that position as a secondary role, then I'd send him straight out on loan so he got plenty of game time.
I think Ballard's a shoe in to keep.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer.
Luke 09, Mr. Sunderland. What do we think?
You have to keep him because of his character, and that's the wrong reason to keep a player. It really is.
I want to keep him because I think no matter where we've what's the word? Wherever we've put him over the 5-6 years that he's been here now, he's always done a job for us and done a job very well. I don't like him being our number 1 centre back, but he did do a great job being a centre back this season. But I think we should be getting another one like Ballard if we could to play in that position. And then I don't know where Luke fits in. Does he able to slot in next to Neil and Ekwar in the midfield? Possibly. I don't know, because really the one position we signed him as was a centre mid. We've never actually seen him play as a centre mid.
He's the classic utility player, but I think purely based on who he is, he for being such a young player, he keeps the team morale up. He's great behind the scenes as well as on the pitch. He's an asset to any club, I think.
Yeah. So I definitely would have. I definitely don't want him to be our centre back, but I want to keep him.
Yeah.
That's probably the best way then. Okay, so then we've got Triantists.
No, get rid. Even the stuff I wouldn't even have him on loan. The stuff I've seen on loan, he took out 2 of his own players with a free kick. Yeah, did you see that one?
My friend sent it to me, going, "Have you seen this?" And I went, "Oh God, it's a Sunderland player." And he went, "It's not, is it?" And I went, "Oh Christ, it is." Yeah, I can't even lie. He plays for us, great. And the skill part of that was he hit the first lad, it bounced to the second lad, it bounced off the second lad and went back and hit the first lad again. Yeah. It's sensational. I don't think you could have done that again if you'd have tried. I mean, at some point, the listeners are probably going to want us to disagree on 1 or 2, but I think we're very similar in that when we do our commentaries, we know what we want, really.
I think a lot of fans will agree, though. They can see the problems and they can see. It's weird. It's only the seniors and the hires up in Sunderland that can't see what we need to do.
Should we send them this video? See if that does anything. Yeah. So we'll move on. Jensen Sealed.
We might disagree on this one. I'd sell him.
I don't know if I want to be that harsh, but I was definitely not in the keep list. When he did a few games at right back, I thought, okay, he's doing a job. He's all right. When I saw him at centre back, I was like, what have we signed? This is hideous. Now, I don't know if that's just, new league, he's still young, he's still learning, or is he just crap?
It just never, he's not consistent enough for any league for me. It's like you see him do something, you think, that's brilliant. Then he does 3 ridiculously terrible mistakes, and it's just the bad outweighs the good.
There was a game, I'm trying to think, it was earlier on in the season, you were doing a commentary for it. Did we try and play like 3 at the back and we were like 2 or 3-0 down at one point? And he was part of that at the back with 09 as well, in the back 3. And it was like, we didn't have Ballard at the time. And I think it was like 09, Sealton, Hume. And it was just like, oh my Christ.
Yeah, it was when Ballard got his red card ban, wasn't it?
Yeah, so it was around.
No, it was yellow cards ban, that was it. Yeah, it was from his 10 yellows. But yeah, it was just... He just doesn't. When they said he's a centre back, it just doesn't feel right at all. And I think during that game, 09 shone because he had to make up for everything. Sealt was cocking up. So for me, I wouldn't even loan him out.
Okay, I'm willing to go with you. You've made a strong case. So next one, Dennis Sirkin.
These next 2 are going to be difficult, because I like them both. But like you said, they're both made of glass. Yeah.
And then the third option in, is it Lihadshaw? Hjelde. I couldn't remember his name. Hjelde. Is the worst one of the 3. Yeah.
I don't mind Hjelde. I think he's done a lot of good.
He's not Elise or Sirkin, though, is he?
He's not, but do you want somebody who's going to be on the pitch every week and fit and doing half a good job, or someone doing a brilliant job once and then off for a month?
Yeah.
It's difficult. It really is, because I think it's another one of these positions that we've over catered for, because we've got them 3, and then you've got
Try Hume.
Hume can play there. I think Styles played there as well at one point as well. 09 can play there. Yeah. Point. So for me, Sirkin's had too much. I would sell Sirkin.
Okay.
And I would keep Elise.
See, I think Elise would be fantastic as like a left centre back with like Dan Ballard on the right side. And I think if we could get a team of like Hume, Ballard, Elise, and Sirkin as a back 4, and we could keep them fit or not suspended, I think we'd be on to an absolute winner.
Yeah, therein lies the problem, though. Suspensions and fitness.
It's getting them in that position. I think I agree, but I'm going to say it because Sirkin, I think, has got more value in terms of what he's done for us so far. So Sirkin did it in League One. He did it last season as well. And I don't think he's played that much this season. Whereas Elise came in at the start of last season. He did all right. He was out for a good few months. Came back in and was out again, and then has done a similar thing this season. And he's just signed a new deal, so I don't think he's off anywhere really.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't think you don't loan out Sirkin. You either sell him or you keep him. So, just on injury record, I think maybe there's some money to be made there for us to go forward. But I mean, when we look here, this is so we need a new second keeper and a third keeper. We've got 2 right backs, 2 actual centre backs, but he can play left back as well, and a guy who can play everywhere.
Yeah, you've got Hjelde.
Yeah, do you keep Hjelde? I think just because we bought him in January, I think they're going to.
I personally would. I think we've seen some good stuff from him. He's just not had time to slot into the team, and I'll allow you
to keep him.
I like that he's got the bright yellow hair because it's easier for me to commentate because I can see him.
The second choice, I'll allow you to keep him because I think Elise should be.
Well, he's not going to be any good loaned out, is he? Let's be fair.
That's fine. Corey Evans. I mean, I don't think we're going to be able to sell him because I think we'll release him. So I think he's
going to be done.
I don't know. I just keep seeing Dennis Sirkin, and it doesn't sit right with me that he's there. He is a class player.
Yeah.
We'll have a look at the end. I'm going to put a question mark on Cirque and we'll come back to him. Ekwa.
I know he gets a lot of hate, so we're going to have people in the comments disagreeing with me, but I love him and I'd keep him. And I think the difference with Ekwa is going to be the head coach or manager we bring in. And if he plays him in that more advanced role where everybody can see that he suits.
Just off the right side.
Yeah, if he gets forward, he's got a shot on him. We know that. And he's got attacking about. It's only when we're playing him in that defensive midfield position that he's like a bit lost with it. And he has even done well in that recently. But we can't play these players out of position and then expect, miracles from them. Literally every time he's gone up front, he's played further forward, he's done really well. He scored some screamers. So why then are we dropping him back? I would keep him. I don't think
the problem then we're lacking a leader in the midfield. Someone who just sort of says, "I'm here, you're there," and like the instructions, or a captain, the leader, maybe.
Potentially, this is where 09 should slot him, because let's be fair, Ballard can control that back four. He's got a voice for that back four. So if you've got Ballard in the back four, you've got 09 as one of the midfielders. You've got command in both areas. So potentially.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. I think we keep Ekwa. Like you say, I'd like to see him a bit more advanced. Ashish, I'm going to jump in and we sell him.
How old is he?
It's not about his age; it's about how shit he is.
No, he's not shit. He runs around a lot, and he does have something about them. I'm thinking loan. I'm thinking he might be the first player on the loan list.
Adil Ashish, he's 21.
Yeah, get him some game time somewhere for a season.
But where? We're not going to lend him out to someone in our division.
No, throw him out to somebody in the lower league that'll use him every single week.
Do you think he's going to? I mean, we saw 4 years of League One. I think he'll have his legs broke if he tried to go down there.
You can lend him abroad. I don't know. I'm not sure. I see glimpses of good in him, and probably that's why he was signed in the first place, because of these glimpses. But
I just don't see it enough. And then the amount of times he wasn't getting a game as well, even under Mowbray, even under Beale, and even under Dodds until towards the end. And I think even we alluded to the fact that people were only getting game time at the end, I think, just for the sake of it, really.
All right, we'll leave him in sell, and we'll put that little question mark on for the end.
Bar.
Get rid of him.
Why don't I jump straight in on that? So here's the thing for me. I thought, weirdly, he wasn't great, but he was certainly better than he was last season. And there was that sort of 3-4 month spell where he was keeping Roberts out the team at the start of the season, and he seemed to be progressing, doing really well, and sort of,
he's another one of those players that he's so inconsistent, though. It's like he'll have an absolute terrible game. You think, never put him on the pitch again, and then you put him on for 5 minutes at the end of the derby because you waited 85 minutes to make any subs, because that's intelligent. But you put him on for that 5 minutes, and he looks the most threatening, dangerous player on the ball.
Yeah,
when you're playing a Premier League team, so I can't work it out with him. He's got glimpses of brilliance, but it's too few and far between. Yeah.
Okay, I agree. Dak.
They should have a bin.
Yeah.
We're going to end up with no team here. Rig, keep all day long.
Yeah, has to. Yeah, we need to we need to make a team around him. If we can keep a hold of him and Dan Neil. Need to build an absolute team around. Speaking of Dan Neil, I'm just going to jump ahead one. Get out the loan box.
You just loaned him out? No.
Yeah. He's got to be. Maybe we sell him and loan him back for a season, something like that. But we've got to try and keep Dan Neil again.
The worrying thing is, as we're filling up this keep list, I'm seeing players that I think we may have offers in. We might have to fight to keep them.
Yeah. There should have been like a sneaky fourth category. Was we're going like that? Where do we expect bids to be for?
Yeah.
Okay, next one. Styles. Would you keep him or?
If you'd asked me 3-4 months ago, I'd have said get rid of him. But I think he's coming to his own. I think he's done really well recently, and I think he's 09-esque, as in he's a great utility player, and you see the best of him when he's in a position he likes to play in. The last couple of games where we've given him a bit more freedom and he's got up front more, he's done a lot more for us. Yeah,
and you can clearly see he plays like he tries to play little quick passes in there. You'd think if you got Sirkin on that side with him, I think they'd be great together. I think he's a real sort of attacking threat.
Definitely.
Maybe not a left wing back because he apparently never played that position for Barnsley, according to a friend of mine who supports them. But
it shows how well he does slot in if we need him to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The amount of glass legs in that team, it's nice to have another player like that.
I'll agree.
Is his photo? Is he taking a selfie?
Yeah, he's taking a selfie. Yeah.
Wow,
mate, trying to find pictures of all the squad like in the actual games was really difficult. Hence why Pembele's is in front of the badge. Same with Bishop's. You know, it was harder than you think. Elliot Embleton. I think time's come.
He's not, again, another one that's not got enough game time under his belt.
Yeah. I think we just need to sort of go, do you know what? Just take what we can get from him and move on. I don't see him challenging the likes of Dan Neil, Rigg, Ekwar. If we keep Styles, I don't see him challenging him. He's definitely not getting past Job, no matter who the manager is. So I just don't see it. Taylor, I'd loan him out.
Yeah, I agree. Right. Yeah,
just to say, Watson would be in here as well if I'd have found a picture of him and got it on in time. Potentially Matty Young as well, but it depends on who our other keeper is that comes in. You know. Yeah. But, okay, Job. I mean, there's a right answer here.
We're gonna keep him. We are going to keep him. Yeah,
and I think we should.
They see too many dollars next to his surname to not keep him.
I really think we should keep him.
But
he was incredibly frustrating at times.
He needs playing less.
Yeah, or he needs to be not given the centre mid role is not for him. The box to box role is not the one. But when he was given a bit less responsibility and a bit more freedom up top, he was actually better for us. I think we need to keep him because I think he will develop and be better. It's just getting the right manager in for that. So I would keep Bellingham.
I concede to that one. Okay. I'd even potentially loan him out, to be fair, if we got decent players.
Again, it's who you're going to get to loan him out that's worse than us, that actually progresses him, because you're not going to loan him out to somebody better than you.
Yeah. We'll loan him out to wherever Phillips is.
Yeah, true.
Clark, want to keep?
No, I'm done with Clark, I think.
You want to sell?
Well, I'm thinking of the money in the model, but I don't know. I just got this thing towards the end of the season where he just wasn't asked and wasn't that bothered. And there was games where I just thought he was just running with his head down, tripping over, claiming fouls, and I was like, mate, you're not helping. Like the Jack Clark of last season was playing cute little balls in the players and sort of supporting the team, whereas I think this year, because he felt probably that we were relying on him and him alone, I don't know, I just didn't like it towards the end of the season.
This is controversial.
And he didn't, and maybe it's this, maybe it's he didn't come back from his injury that well. So I'm wanting to sell, but not in the way of like sell him, think he's crap, get rid. I think it's sell him while his value's at the highest point and invest that money.
Yeah. Like we should have sold Phillips after he won the Golden Boot.
Yes, probably.
Okay. I mean, I'll concede. I don't want to sell him. I'd love to see him stay for another season. And I think
that depends on the manager and the style of play and all the other players as well, though.
Yeah, a couple of decent experienced strikers, which, banging a head against a wall with that one, might take the pressure off him a bit. You know what I mean? He is under pressure. So
maybe that was it last year. He had Ahmad and Roberts on the other side. He had Stewart for a good few games as well. I mean, he had Geldhart, who didn't score, but clearly helped the team in some way.
Yeah.
And maybe it is that. But I think just the position we're in right now, I would just take the money that's on offer. And
take the money and run.
Yeah, and just sort of go, okay, you did well.
Right.
Thank you for that, mate. That was a great season you had last season and a great half season you had this season for us, but we'll call it a day there.
We might get some comments about this one, but yeah, go on, stick him in, sell then, cash in.
Okay. I'm just thinking cash in. It's not because I don't think he's any good or he clearly couldn't do a job for us next season. I'm just thinking value.
I don't think we haven't even got a squad at the moment.
No, we haven't really. All of these ones are going to be in next season. So, Patrick Roberts.
We might disagree. I'd keep him.
I'm not against it. I need more than what he had this season.
I agree. But I think, do you know what? This is going to sound really weird, but if we still had Pritchard, I'd get rid of Roberts. But we've not got Pritchard, so I'd keep Roberts. And
by the way, how funny is it that he got relegated?
Yeah. That's another story. But he's got that experience and he's played at that level before. Do you know what I mean? And that's what a lot of our players are lacking.
Yeah.
And I like him for that reason. And if he doesn't play 3 games, you always know you can throw him on in a big game and the pressure's not going to get to him.
Yeah.
He's not going to buckle because we're playing a cup match against a Premier League team, stuff like that,
I think he needs to have a good break over summer. Same with Job, really, and sort of start again. Just write this season off and move on.
Plus, if we get Ahmad in United's fire sale, we saw how well they partnered up.
That's true. Mundell, I'd keep.
Yes, definitely. How he's not played in the last few games?
Well, that's part of the reason I also went, if we sell Clark, we've got Mundell to play in that exact position, and I'd like to see more of Mundell.
Yeah, definitely.
Burstow, I'm going to jump ahead and just put, I know it's not a sell, but send back, basically.
I think he's already gone.
Yeah.
Just control delete.
Yeah. So then we've got our 3 strikers that are remaining. So my ender,
Rusyn's not happy. Rusyn's not happy anyway. He at one point I thought he had the most potential out of all of them, but I think he's going to go sell.
I also think we probably should sell him because when I've spoke to people about Rusyn, all I get is the effort he puts in and he runs around a lot. I'm like, that's not good enough for a striker. That's what I want from our central midfielder, who runs around a lot and puts the effort in, or the fullback. So your wingers, from a striker, great, he runs about, but then he's not runs about a lot, sets up lots of goals, runs about a lot, scores loads of goals. He's just running. What's he doing?
All I can think of is Danny Dyer's character on Mean Machine. Put me in, boss. Put me in. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Well, if you could score that tap in at the end of the season for us, that'd be lovely. But yeah, for me, it's a sell. I don't think it worked, and I got what was it? A tap in against one team, and he got a fluke against Middlesbrough.
I don't know who. Maybe a team that's coming up, but I would loan out Hamir.
Yes.
Even if it's to a team in our division. Because
recall clause in January.
All he has, the problem, I think his biggest problem is the stage and the atmosphere and the big team, pressure. Because you throw him in the youth team and he's banging in goals for fun.
Yeah.
So get him out, get some experience, get some confidence behind him. That would be me for that one.
I want to weirdly have a look at my ender because I think we saw him for all of 30 seconds
Yeah, and he looked good, I thought.
He looked sharp, but apparently he hasn't done very well wherever he's gone on loan, if I have a look on him.
He's just not played much as far as I'm aware.
Let's have a look here.
As far as I'm aware, what I think...
Googles it while we're on there.
From what I hear, he's just not got much game time where we've lent him to.
Is he Spanish? Didn't know that. Oh, he's played one match. Yeah,
exactly. That's the issue. But when we saw him, this is going to be reason to throw him in the cell thing, I think. But it's not what I mean. He reminded me of Altidore.
Not for his pop him for a proven goal scorer.
Not for his goal scoring prowess, but just the strength of him and the presence of him. And in that bit of game time we saw, he got the ball, he held up, he used his strength, and that's like what we've missed for ages. I thought it was just absolute madness during January. We loaned him out and kept the other two.
Yeah, and or didn't just go, do you know what, Chelsea have Burstow back, we'll keep these three because these are our players.
What was Burstow? We rented a ball boy off Chelsea. They're probably laughing. If we paid a wage contribution to him, they're probably laughing the whole time.
I'm gonna keep him. I think it's
just so we've got a squad.
I want to have a look at him. Well, I'm 8, 12. We've got 15. Okay, so
just on the line.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a Sunday League squad sorted.
I'm thinking now about a sheesh. If you've got, say, Maender up top, you've got Roberts, Mundell. You want an attacking midfielder, and you're either going to play Job, potentially Rig, but a sheesh will probably fit in that position as well. Give you something different.
Yeah.
Well, I'll give you that one. I'll move him up as well. So we're on to 16. But I'm still thinking about Sirkin.
It sounds like you're under gunfire then.
It was, yeah.
Reporting from a war zone is Conrad.
Yeah. I didn't hear it, to be honest, but I'm glad everyone else did. I don't know. He is class when he plays, Sirkin.
He is, but he doesn't play.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty much it. He doesn't play, does he? So, just to recap,
with Sirkin, all I can think of is like the whole thing with oh crap, why has it just gone out my head? Stewart. Going to
Southampton.
Going to and selling him at that time, and then he's off for the entire season injured, and that's all I think. All I'm thinking was, right, so if we don't get any offers for him and we keep him, great. We've got a player that when he comes in, he's great, wonderful. But if we can get something for him at this stage before people realise he's too, well, if they don't realise that now, they're idiots. But you know what I mean? If we can get some money for him, I would.
So I'm going to recap then. So in our sell column, we've got Bishop, Huggins, Triantis, Sealed, Sirkin, Corey Evans will be released, Barr, Dak will be released, Embleton, Jack Clark, Burstow will be sent back, and Rusin.
How much money are we generating there then?
About 5p. I don't know. I think if we can get 20 for Clark, that'd be really good. And then I think the next most expensive one after that is Sirkin, if you can tell him that he actually can play some games.
Yeah, well, Barr should command a decent price because of his game time and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think... the problem is, if this is our...
Yeah.
This is what we want.
Yeah.
The reality is going to be the players that we want to keep are the ones that are going to get sold.
So there's a little bit of me that thinks Barr should be like Hamir, where we loan him out to someone and see if he can, do. So say like Plymouth Argyle, someone like that, where you go on, you're going to play all season, but let's see what you've got, and go from there. But yeah, and then in our loan out, we've got Taylor and we've got Hamir.
And Watson.
And potentially Matty Young, depending on our keeper situation. In our keep, we've got Patterson, Hume, Pembele, Ballard, 09, Elise, Hjelde, Equa, Rig, Dan Neil, Styles. So we're buying Styles then. Ashish, Job, Roberts, Mundell, and Mayenda.
Yeah. So guess what we need? A striker.
Yeah. Striker and keeper and
the age-old Sunderland.
Yeah.
Yes. So what will we sign? 6.5 midfielders.
Yeah. As long as some of them have experience in there, that's fine with me. Right. Well, thank you for doing that. I think we're happy. Probably well and truly annoyed all our fan base with that.
I'd love to see in the comments. I don't think you'll be restricted by the number of characters.
Wrong one.
I'm on my own.
Yeah.
I don't think you'll be restricted by the number of characters. Just put yours in, just with the surnames. Just give us your keep list and your loan list in the comments. We'd love to see everybody else's and see how much they differ.
Yeah, I think that's right. Don't forget, you can check out the Retro Hub who sponsor the video. They've got some class gear out there. I'm going to load up that video Wayne sent us of the mouse mat. I know he's filmed it portrait, the silly get, but hey ho.
I'm getting the yellow shirt one,
the yellow Vaux one. Yeah. I know. Yeah, I saw that one the other day. I thought that's a good one there. As well as that, they've got all sorts of gear. I'm trying to see it on there now, but the pictures I have on here, we've got the away shirt from 2003. That's a lovely one there. They've got mugs, and they've got a whole range of products as well. You can go and check out.
And we all know you love mugs because you tune in to us.
Very good. Very good. Well, thank you, everyone. It's been fun to do that. It went pretty much the way I thought, but I'm waiting to see now how well we've annoyed everyone. So we'll end with Jack playing us out again. So take care, everybody. Do you want to say goodbyes, Mike?
Yeah, appreciate it. Don't forget, like, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff, and make sure you get your comments in. I'll be looking through to see how much you disagree with us.
Yeah, that's probably the best way of saying it. Right. Yeah. So see you later, everyone.
Thank you. As I always say, we would just be three lads talking ourselves if we didn't have people watching and commenting. So you contribute to the show. So thanks for getting involved. Yeah, hopefully we get the win on Saturday, a long overdue home win. And I'll see everybody later, lads and lasses.